Welcome for another wonderful evening with your ladies at Majestic Mayhem. I'm your host, Death Dealer.
I'm Cozy Beluga.
And I'm a hot mama.
All right. And I see we are actually up and running. So we're good.
You got it. We got it.
We'll
We are the champions. You are the champion. Death. You did it. You got it in here.
For little information, Death here. I was having a bit of trouble starting the stream. It kind of kicked me as soon as I hit the start stream, so I had to go back and try it again, and I got it to work. Yay! We are not streaming on Kick though for some reason, so we'll see if it gives us an issue later or not. It's something about if no action is taken in 10 minutes, the stream will end. If some action is taken, it'll be fine. I don't know if I took the right action, but we'll find out in 10 minutes.
We'll see.
And let's out in 10 minutes will we know. But anyways, for tonight's show, as you can hear, Cozy's bird is super hyped because a lot of birds are in forward movies. I'm just throwing that out there.
We have a very big bird fan base in Pepper. Wait, Pepper, she stopped.
She did for a second.
What the heck, Pepper?
I don't know why my camera.
Pepper's
Can you guys
like
see me on camera?
No,
you're blacked out.
You blacked out.
But hi, Dreadful.
Now you're back.
Oh, Trinity, hey, sweetie, how are you?
Oh my god!
And then, of course, his magic carpet.
Hey guys, that's too funny. Your bird left me on red, but on stream. That's mean, Pepper.
Pepper's like, I appreciate the compliments, but I've had enough.
Look at her.
She does this thing where she puts her head down when I pet it.
She's precious.
She is leaning into that hug for sure.
I'm so mad that Pepper doesn't love me.
Oh, that's too funny.
But yeah, this whatever season, no episode, we're doing our foreign films.
Yep, any genre, just as long as it's a different language besides English, because we are all in America.
I thought it was
okay.
like
let me rephrase that, because that doesn't count because they speak English in parts of Europe. So, and they do speak. Technically, it is English in places like Scotland and Ireland.
Mine were Australian.
That still counts. I shouldn't have said the different language thing because now that after I said it, the words left my mouth. I went, that's not right. Because there's other places. Most places, believe it or not, as far as I've been told by anyone who's from another country, Americans are the only ones who speaks usually only one language. Almost everywhere else, they speak multiple languages, and on the list is usually English because apparently Americans are so dumb.
They don't have a reason to.
For not knowing
other languages. You wouldn't have a reason to. Like, why would you? Like, I live in Ohio. No one that matters speaks any other language but English.
That's true.
So you're not going to encounter people that don't speak English.
That's true. But we also don't learn any languages to go travel to other places either. At least most people don't.
Most people can't afford to travel places that don't speak English. And you can travel a lot of places just within the US and still just only encounter English. Like Montana is practically a different country as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. Have you ever heard someone speak Creole before? I mean, that is not
Creole.
That Creole is that
oh no, there's Louisiana Creole.
Yeah. That is not English, my love. Not really. Maybe.
It's because Creole is a
French hybrid.
It's a French hybrid language.
It's like a French Spanish hybrid, I think.
There are different Creole languages. I think it's just the mix that makes it. Makes it like because like in Haiti they speak a Creole too. They have a Creole there too.
Yeah.
So different Creoles depending on where you're from.
Shut up, Dread. No one cares that you're obsessed with those shows now. No one knows. Just teasing. I'm just kidding.
No, it's funny.
that guy right there actually knows a couple of different languages, so he's probably not the best example of that. But I don't really consider my husband an American. First gen American. He's first gen American, so I don't know if he really counts.
Yeah.
Most people who grew up in newly citizens' homes are usually made to learn multiple languages. Yeah. But anyways, so back to the point. Foreign movies, as long as it was not filmed in America, is that better?
Okay. Well, because I was like so proud because I don't watch a lot of movies, so my picks are like insane.
I'll even
because I was so proud of this.
I'll even go a step further and include Canadian films because technically speaking, that's from a different country than America. Because
you know what's wild? Canadian films, like if you ever watched one you didn't know it was Canadian, it's like something
it's so much
just off-brand. Yes, it's like off-brand America. It's like something about it is wrong. But if you didn't know, if they don't explicitly say that it's someplace in Canada, you're just like, this feels like America but wrong.
Yeah,
it's so funny you say that because I was watching a film one time and I kept watching like when they would walk into a store and I'm looking at all the stuff going, something seems very strange here. Like I know that they never show real product. I mean, they hardly show for the most part real products in these stores. They usually have to make them up. Otherwise they have to be sponsored by the company and all this other nonsense, which when it comes to horror movies, you can't really get. But I just found it interesting because I'm sitting there watching it like, why does this look so strange? Even for a movie, this looks so weird. What is going on? And I started looking up information on the movie and they're like, oh, it's a Canadian film by Canadian film directors and Canadian stars. And I'm like, okay, that explains a lot. That also explains why the women look like the girl you could find next door and not someone you would find in a plastic surgeon's office. Makes a lot of sense because I've noticed in Canadian films and TV shows, they don't generally go for the plastique look like we do here. We go for perfection. We want them to have the perfect body, the perfect face, the perfect jawline, perfect in every way. Whereas in Canada, they're kind of like, we got flaws. Let's put them on screen. Yeah. I like that. I can get into that. Oh, yeah, I agree. Watching a Canadian film is always interesting because you may not realize it's Canadian at first, and then you're kind of like, wait a minute. I'm not going to know where that's from.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, wait. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, our chat is lighting up. Thanks, guys. All right, we get a few more. Cerebral Paul. Oh, you know what? I don't consider Dread very human either, but then again, what mortal would be able to live with death? I'm just saying. Think about it for a second. You're welcome. And hi, Timmy. I'm sorry, I will forever. I hope you did that after South Park, because all I ever think of whenever I see your name pop up is Timmy.
Yeah.
I
love that guy.
When I kept being in parties, joining parties with Timmy because when I hurt myself and I couldn't go to work and I was like, man, and so I was just like in parties with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, hey,
we've got
3-bit.
Hello. Can I do, since I'm doing the first one, can I do my first one? Because I'm very...
Yes.
Okay, I'm very excited about it, guys, because if anybody has listened to this before or knows anything about me, it's that I pretty much grew up in a cultural rock, because
it's true, she did. There's times I'm like, wait a minute, how did you miss this?
Yeah,
cute.
My parents were just very, very she doesn't need media at all. It's great to give your child no pop culture. And I was like, okay, I guess. So all the things that I watched are basically from the 90s. And the one that I picked is called Strictly Ballroom. And yes, and it is a very, very good movie. It's as I was looking up, it's Baz Luhrmann's like first movie.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's a good movie. I like it because it's about ballroom dancing.
Mhm.
And so it's like, sassy, pretty dresses and fancy dancing. Fancy dancing. I sound like such a mom. But
Oh, that's great.
the premise of the thing is that there's this talented dancer, and he wants to, put new moves into dancing, and they want only ballroom. So it's like a whole, what is allowed, what's not allowed. And we see a lot of that in sports and anything like that. So I love that movie growing up, and I still like it. It's a good one. And it's absurd, but I like it.
No. I too like Strictly Ballroom.
Have you
It's
seen
not on my
it?
list. Yes.
I've never met another human my age that has seen that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
We had it.
Oh,
we had like it on VHS, like recorded too, and so not even like an official VHS. Just recorded on some random VHS that you put in. And you'd have to fast, and it had multiple movies on it, so you'd have to fast forward it if you were like, I want to watch Strictly Ballroom.
Yeah, those were the ones that like your parents definitely, or whoever, like we were definitely just getting them from the library or store or whatever.
But those were like the good ones, because like it didn't have any commercials or anything, so I don't know and they didn't look off. They were just like, it was just like on a VHS random. And I was like, I don't know where these VHS came from. They didn't have like breaks for commercials or anything, and you just
heaven.
Okay.
Heaven sent from God.
Yeah,
Blues Brothers.
I actually just heard about this movie. I want to say it was like last week. Somebody was talking to me about movies, and they had mentioned this movie, and I was like, I've never heard of this. Let me look it up. And I understand why I didn't see it. It was one of those movies I would have absolutely missed growing up. I was honestly more into watching if it's comedic or if it's scary. You can get me to watch it. When I was younger, I'm more tolerable to different movies now. When I was younger, if you're like, we're gonna watch a romance movie, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Holler at me, because those movies irritate me to no end. They still do, but I can tolerate them a lot more now. Ballroom falls under that like pure innocent in relationship status, slight romance in the background. I'm sure. I'm guessing dude he turns out first to be so rude, and then this girl comes along and he's just, oh, I'll be the world's best guy now, just for her.
Oh yeah. Just for her.
Am I right or am I wrong? Did I guess the plot?
Of what?
Was the lead star, is he a jerk in the first few minutes, and then he meets a girl and becomes super smitten with her?
He does like her in the end. Yeah. So.
I mean, that's like the trope, though.
Yeah, it's a movie.
That is an annoying trope on my personal opinion. I find that to be one of the more insulting things in romance movies, how women are always expected to forgive nonsense and just be like, I love you so much. The fact that you slept with my sister and my mom in the same weekend doesn't matter. I love you.
That's a no-no in romance.
That's a no-no in romance, and it should be a no-no in movies, but they do it all the time. They're like, I slept with your best friend and had a 5-year relationship and a whole kid with them, but I'm really in love with you. I've been in love. Actually.
I hate that movie.
No,
I hate Love Actually.
We're coming up on the season.
It actually is a bad romance movie, though.
And I hate The Family Stone too.
The Family. So I like that movie for a different reason. I actually just enjoyed the family aspect, but not actually the relationships, like the love story aspect. They could have done away with that and just had it be a movie about family, and I would have enjoyed it, I think, a whole lot more because I loved it, but I just love the family.
Yeah,
drama.
I liked the family aspect and dimensions. I didn't like whenever it was like, why don't we just make these like siblings swap wives or whatever? And I was like, what is this? This is stupid. Yeah, it was bad.
For the most part, like I said, a lot of these movies just irritate me because, as my husband can attest, I am a forgiving person to an extent. There is a line you do not cross, and it seems like they are okay crossing those lines in romance movies, and they just play it off. Like, let's be honest, if these people were if they continued filming the movies like after the movie had ended, like, these people would not be together for long. They would be together for like maybe a week, maybe a month.
This is the worst marriage ever. Like, this is the beginning of the worst marriage that you never want to see. Like, I see what you're saying.
You want to talk about ways to manipulate and gaslight somebody? Go ahead and do some really hurtful, disgusting thing to them, and then just be like, but it made me realize I really love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna stop hating on romance movies.
I mean, I understand because I don't think there are a whole lot of.
You muted. Did you mute or did I
mute or did you cut out?
Nope.
What?
There we go. I hear you now.
Yeah, I don't think there are a whole lot of really ones that are really dynamic.
My love story is dynamic. People would pay to see it, I'm sure. It's interesting.
Is it boring?
No.
You think really it's interesting. But is it interesting to people who like romance?
Most people laugh. They kind of get a kick out of it. It's yeah. I mean, my husband had to deal with a bunch of my guy friends. And I'd been single for a little while when he and I started dating. So he had to deal with the so what do you want with her? What are your plans? Where do you see this going? She's mean, right? Like, she's evil, reincarnate, and like a whole ass person. Like, she's cute, but she's going to eat you alive, tear your soul apart, and then spit you out for giggles on a Friday. He's like, yeah, I really want to date this crazy one. Sounds like a great time.
Yeah. I mean, and now you're married. That's just how it goes.
I mean, our conversations are, I wouldn't necessarily say they're interesting so much as they are intriguing.
Yeah.
We have been discussing this, oh, God knows gracious, and I can't even think of what guy it was. The guy that just got the newest Hollywood guy to get a lawsuit brought against him by a woman. What did he? Oh, God, Dreadpool. What was the guy's name? Help me think of his name. I can't think of the guy's name now. But anyway, we then went into lengths discussing how you would have to put yourself and then how the person that you're doing it on would have to put their body for all of this to make sense. We still haven't come up with a good idea or conclusion or position for it, but we did discuss it for probably about 2 hours at length. Yeah. Like I said, not necessarily interesting, but intriguing. We worked things out.
Vince McMahon?
That's who it was. Vince McMahon. Yes. Okay. Vince McMahon is getting sued right now.
I mean,
the guy from wrestling?
The guy from wrestling is getting sued right now. And get this.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We can all give him a nice little round of applause because he didn't sleep with an underage girl.
I'm surprised.
That is actually.
He didn't rape anybody.
Are you serious? What did he do? This is great.
You're gonna love it. Okay. My whole thought process is.
Am I a fan of this guy now? Hold on.
You might be. Okay. So apparently he did a threesome with 2 young ladies. And while he had them, he took some photographs with them. Now, I'm going to assume they noticed the camera was on because it was in their face.
Yeah.
Second thing, one of the women alleges that he actually took a doo-doo on her head while she was down below with fellatio.
Oh, wait, what?
You're right. Man? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. how do you position your body with their body on top of you that they can do on your head, but you could do fellatio at the same time? What?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying? It's an intriguing conversation to have. Not interesting, but intriguing. It's one of those, how in the hell do you manage to pull that off, man? Like,
I don't know. I don't
are we
even want
taking
to
some
know.
Cirque du Soleil type things? I mean,
Oof.
I'm just saying certain mechanics only bend so much and in a certain direction. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, intriguing, yes. Interesting, probably not.
Yeah.
But, since I'm going off the rails anyway, might as well say hello, Cuba. Nice to see you, darling.
Cuba.
Back from the dead. And I know I saw Doggy in here somewhere. Up there we go. Hi, Doggy. And I think I have said hi to everybody else now. So if I missed you, I apologize. And hello, darling. Hello to my lurkers in the back. I find my stalkers especially special. Don't you worry. I do it all for you guys. Just kidding. All right, Cozy, go ahead with your first choice.
Okay, so my first choice. Cooch Hota Hey. It's a Indian movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. No, let me tell you. I'd never seen an Indian roommate movie, and I'd never seen one. I had an Indian roommate, and she was like, "You never seen any movie?" I was like, "No. Like, why would I watch an Indian movie?" And she was like, "Bam, you gotta watch this." And I'm just like sitting there, like,
yeah, you're just like,
yeah. It's got the romance. It's got the music.
It like 4 hours?
Got the drama. It is like literally amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I cannot believe you said an Indian movie. I was like, I'm going to not say an Indian movie just because everyone will expect me to say an Indian movie. I'm not doing it.
I swear.
I'm so glad you did it.
I actually own that movie because I just could.
Bollywood comes up everywhere, baby.
I was like, I would literally go to the library, check out that movie, watch it once a week, for like an entire year.
That's funny.
Yes. Dude, Bollywood is intense though.
It's honestly
know how to make hits.
Yeah, and it's just got everything and the music.
Oh my god, the horror movies are so dramatic. I love it. I love their movies, and I like Korean horror movies and shows because they are so dramatic with it. It's like, okay, I'll be honest, that's one of the I could watch a K-drama. They are so dramatic and so far left field. I will be okay.
I know, because you're just be like, what is this? Like, you're just sitting there with that face the whole time. Yeah. And you'll sit there because I'll do it.
Yeah, no, I've done it.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I've done it. What's
Trinity Warrior. What happened? Oh, Trinity Warrior made me happy about she loves Bollywood music.
Yes. They have some of the best soundtrack of my life. For sure.
Which
I used to use a lot of Bollywood music for belly dancing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be watching it's Dev Patel's first director movie. It's gonna be Monkey Man. It's like, I don't know, kind of like Hanuman-esque. I'm excited.
It looks good. It looks
it does look good.
Isn't it based off of oh my god, why the word just left my brain? Those adult cartoons.
I don't know.
Korean adult cartoons, and I can't think of what they're called. Oh, come on. Magma? No, that's not sounding right.
Manga?
No. Never mind.
Oh, man. Oh, crap.
Okay, so I will go with my first pick then.
You go.
All right. My first choice is from 2020. So it is only 4 years old. But it is really funny, I think, personally. It's a Polish movie.
Oh,
Bringing it in for the Polacks.
that's nice. Do they speak a language?
Well, there is English
Polish?
translation. You can do Polish with English subtitles, or you can do the English translated version, or you can just watch it in Polish with no subtitles. But I don't speak Polak with no subtitles, so I need all the titles. But it's called All My Friends Are Dead. And it takes place on New Year's Eve. And it is like a Murphy's Law movie. It is exactly what happens if everything goes wrong in the party. And I mean, like, all safety concerns go right out the window. And people just give 0 Fs about what's going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie. It's a Murphy's Law of everything that goes wrong. And you don't really, like, the first 5 minutes of the movie, you walk in to see the end of the carnage. You see what happens after everything's done. And the end of the movie starts at the beginning. You know what, like, that makes sense?
Oh, yeah.
And then it kind of rewinds and you get to see it all step by step happen. And it's literally one of those movies you'll be sitting there like, you must have needed warning labels on a shampoo bottle. You're one of those people that needs a warning on a shampoo bottle for sure. Like, the other times you're like, ooh, I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen, but now I just learned a new 100 ways to die. So thanks for that. That was a concern.
That's scary.
But it is funny. It is really funny. There are some interesting moments because, again, all of these things keep happening around the entire party, and no one seems to really have much concern of the things going until it affects them. So it's really interesting to watch. I think it is a very modern take on society today, that if it's not you dealing with it, it's not your problem to deal with. Like, everyone just kind of walks. It's really funny, though. It is a funny movie. It's not dark. I'm making it sound much darker than it is. It's really not that dark. It is funny, though. It is definitely
good. It sounds like I might be able to watch it. Or maybe I have watched it.
It is a really good movie. Like I said, there's no actual villain, like, per se. I mean, bad people are bad people, but a terrible person isn't necessarily a villain. So it's really funny. But there's no villains in the movie. There's a few D-bags.
I like that.
They're not butchering people this round, so I recommend it. It's funny.
Oh, look, we have people like Princess Zelda says hello, your friend.
Oh, hey, Princess Zelda.
Your friend.
Hey.
And Cerebral Paul has people.
We also have Carlo in the house. Hey, Carlo.
Train to Busan and the Sadness. I've not seen Downfall, but I've seen Train to Busan.
I don't know these movies. You know me, I live in a rock now.
Paul, I have 2 other choices. You don't know what I'm picking for my other 2 choices. That might have been one of my choices. Might have been one of your other picks in another comment. I'm just saying.
I actually used to watch a lot of international films. Like, I don't know why. We would always just have random tapes of them. So I would just be watching them. Like, you know, you'd put them in, you'd watch them. And even before I could read, like, the subtitles. Actually, no, was like, that's how I would determine which ones I'd watch. If it was dubbed, I wouldn't watch it. Like, I didn't even care because I couldn't read, and I was just, like, watching the people do things. But if it was dubbed, I would not watch it because I didn't like the way the mouths didn't match up. But if it was subbed, or just, like, some of them didn't even have subtitles, I would just be sitting there watching it and be like, you can't even understand this. And I'd be like, I don't care.
I'm picking up mannerisms. Because that's what it is. You're picking up, like, different, like,
that's
cultural
true. Especially
things.
when it comes to Bollywood, they're very particular about hand movements with dancing. I had to take a 2-hour-long workshop on specific hand movement during a Bollywood routine, and I was like, this is too much for a dance where I don't even look at my hands most of it. You know what I mean? Like, I never look at my hands. I usually have, I don't know, simple hands, I guess. But no, we've got this, this, this.
Yep.
I can't do that. I got crooked fingers. My hands don't go straight.
It's really hard, and like to keep your positioning, and then because it's like a way that you're, serving God through dance, and it is difficult. That's what makes it hard for me now, is because I'm afraid I'm getting the hand movements wrong.
See, I thought years ago when I had started doing belly dancing, I thought one of the worst technique classes I had to take was when I had to do a day of arms. And it's just where you have to learn the placements for where your arms are supposed to be for particular movements and what have you. But your arms are like this most of the day. You've got them up and you've got to make sure that your
Yep.
shoulders aren't lopsided or anything. And, got to relax, but you got to keep it here. And I'm like this for, 3 hours. I'm thinking this is the worst class of my entire life. Enter Bollywood hand movements.
Yeah.
Lotus is by far the worst dance move I've never been able to master. And I won't even try to show you. It's a hand movement where your hands do like this flower thing. And it's supposed to look like a lotus opening. You're welcome. That's it. Can't do it. I looked at my teacher and I was like, this is one of the few techniques I'm going to gracefully bow out and say someone else can do it and master it because my hands are too clumsy and too crooked. Arthritic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Crazy. What number are we on now?
2.
2?
Let's
You
hear
want? Is it mine?
Yeah, you go first. Yeah, okay, you go first.
Is it me? Oh,
Yeah.
I gave my first, so we're on 2.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine's okay. Well, I'm gonna go with a different movie. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna go with a movie.
Yeah.
And it is an Indonesian film.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I got excited and I burped.
I
know. I was like, I can tell I've impressed you. Oh, and then I
Feel
burped.
better, Timmy.
Aw, feel better, Timmy.
Bye, Timmy. Thank you for coming by.
Honey, get
go
yourself some honey and some cinnamon, mix them together. It helps with sore throats. It's all natural, and you can take massive medications and not worry about it interacting with other things. So enjoy that.
Beautiful. Well, mine is The Raid Redemption.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's
a
one
great
of the
one.
coolest ding-dangly diddly movies ever. And I actually made a tweet about him like years ago. I don't remember when, but I was like, his name is Yan Yan Ru Hain. And I don't know. I'm sure I made a tweet about how cool this guy was and how excited I was to see him in John Wick.
Uh-huh.
And
I think I know who you're talking about now. He's in the first one, right? I think I saw they were talking about it afterwards.
He is in the fourth John Wick, or the last one of the recent ones, and he's got the loyalty with them. They're in that like mirror building.
That is the interview I was watching. They were talking to them.
Yeah.
And Keanu was saying he didn't want to hit him because he had so much respect for the one guy because he knows who he is and stuff. And the other guy's like, I'm going to need you to do your job so I can do mine.
Yeah. That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he's an incredible actor, but like he's a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that, he's just doing, I don't know, the audacity it takes to do martial arts and then also be like the moves that he's doing is very intense.
And look
and
as good as he does. How dare he?
Yeah. And he's like, what, like 5 feet maybe?
Men should not be that good looking. No, I'm just kidding. I kid.
It's amazing. I love that guy. So my pick was, yes, The Raid Redemption, which is
an amazing action movie.
I know. I'm so proud I got a real one.
No, what? last one was too, but
I know it is a real one. But
You've
I mean,
had
this
horror
one's
movies before. You've
Oh, yeah.
chose, and I'm Oh, there I go. Okay.
I know, but like this one
No.
gives me some
Not
street
gonna
cred.
it's like literally one of my favorite action movies. So intense. The fights
Pepper.
in there are so.
Do you like it, Pepper? Pepper hates me. Anytime I talk to her, she just stops.
You do not bite me.
She's probably trying to figure out where the voice is coming from.
She
Like, I
is.
keep hearing this random woman talking to me like every week, but I never see
Aw.
her.
I'm gonna come to your house and scare Pepper. She thinks I'm not real. She doesn't know I really exist. I wouldn't mean to scare her. I wouldn't. You know.
So
Look,
you know
just
it's really
the
funny
idea that
though.
scares
Birds
her.
actually have really good hearing.
She knows I'm coming for her. She's like, "You better not get over here." Look at her. She was like going crazy.
Oh, that's too
Like,
funny.
she's coming here. God no. Ah. Well, good. That was my pick, and I'm very proud of it.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yay. Cozy, I vote you.
Oh, it is my turn. So here's the thing. I have more than what you call it. So I'm going to go. I'm actually picking more like. I wanted one unobscure one, and then the rest, I guess, I'll pick will be like things that are more obscure because I have so many, so many. I'm going to go with
so mad at me.
Sputnik.
Okay.
I've heard of that, but I can't think of what it is.
It is a Russian movie,
Mhm.
where there's a group of Russian astronauts come back to Earth,
Mhm.
and one of them comes back with something.
Okay.
And there's I think she's like a shrink who is hired, who is working with the government in this underground bunker
Mhm.
to figure out what is going on with this dude and the thing that he has with him.
Okay. I'll have to look into that one. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's all, and I mean, it's not, I don't think it's scary, but it is, I would say, more on the horror
Intense.
side. And honestly, the way the creature comes is out of him is kind of disturbing to watch.
Okay.
Now you really got my attention to that one. Are we talking like an alien chest burster thing?
Not chest burster, but honestly, in a way, more horrifying than that.
Ooh, I'm in. I'm so in. I'm gonna
the
watch
chest burster only happens once out of you.
Ah, good.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I watch a lot of Russian. I mean, I watch a lot of international films, but I think Russia has probably one of my favorite cinemas that that I don't often talk as much about. But yeah.
Huh. Cool. That's neato. Aw.
That is really cool. Okay, well, I guess I shall go then.
Yeah.
All right, so my second pick is from 2008 and from Sweden, and I'm going with Let the Right One In. I did see both the Swedish version and the American remake of it, and while the American remake does keep to the movie a lot, in my opinion, the Swedish version seems a lot darker, a lot more like you feel more desperate, it seems, when you watch that one versus the remake, the American version of it. At least that's my opinion. It's a child vampire. And you kind of watch her friendship. Well, it is, but it isn't. It starts off with a friendship between this little girl vampire and this little boy who lives in the same building. They're in apartment buildings. And he's being bullied. He's ignored by his family. Like, the kid's just kind of left behind by everybody. And when he isn't, he's being picked on. So him and this little girl become friends because she can't have any friends because she's a vampire. And like for most of the movie, I was watching it like, oh, this poor child has to deal with like, because they might be preteens. I can't remember exactly how
They
old they're
were,
supposed to be.
yeah,
I think
10
they're
or
preteen.
11.
Yeah, so they're about 10 to 12, I want to say. So I'm thinking to myself, like, this poor kid's got to deal with, you know, the hormones that come in at that age, and then you've got to deal with not having your family because you're a vampire now, and now you've got this creepy older guy who takes care of you, and you're dealing with a lot for a kid. It seems like a lot. Then as
Yeah.
the movie goes on, you're finding out like she is a lot older than you actually think, and I don't know, it kind of brings it into a whole new thing. Instead of feeling so much sorrow for this girl, you're kind of more or less like, well, you don't feel that pity. You're like,
Yeah.
what it is. She's just dealing with it. It's an interesting movie. It's an interesting take.
Because there's another angle like that of the things that they don't really kind of discuss like straight up in the movie. And a lot of that is like that movie is a pretty messed up because there's the other guy who was taking care of her previously. And the entire situation is actually kind of messed up the more and more you think about it.
Yikes.
Yes, Sarah Paul. She doesn't live there. She yeah. Ha ha ha. We all know she's not really dead and she's not really living either. Oh.
Oh.
So she's not really living there. Yes, we know.
That's crazy. I like that there's a lot. Oh, man.
Whoa.
Sorry. That just made me think of a thing.
But
it's not. It doesn't pertain to this because it's not a foreign film. But anyway. Yeah. I like whenever stuff does that, though. Like, it'll make you think of other issues by, you know, using something else as a plot, you know?
Yeah, like a starting point.
Yeah. Yeah, making you feel like think of other issues and stuff. That's cool. I like that. Good pick. I'm actually interested in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Hey, I've told people before, and I'll say it again. You ever want to see what's going to happen in like 10, 15 years? Watch a bunch of horror movies that come out.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's like, I don't know if life is imitating art or if art is imitating life anymore. I honestly can't tell. Because it seems to be that we watch these movies and as we're watching them, we're like, they are so far-fetched. This would never happen. And then, boom, it happened.
Yeah, and then
we have a whole box of crazy to open.
Yeah. Beautiful. Sorry, my glasses are hurting my... It's the headphones on my ears with the glasses, and it's just the headphones. I think I got to do something with my ears.
I mean, it probably is pushing against them. Bothering you.
Oh, no. Anyway. Whose turn is it for the Foreign Film Festival?
Yours.
Mine.
No, you didn't say your third yet.
Oh, God. All right. Well, now I need to put them back on. Oh.
We all have turns for this one because I just said my second. We have one left.
Okay. Well, mine is another... It's an English movie, I guess.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. As long as it wasn't filmed here.
No, it wasn't. It was
Then it
from
counts.
1995, and it's called Cold Comfort Farm.
Why does that sound suspiciously ominous?
I don't know. It's a good movie. It is a movie about... It's got Kate Beckinsale in it, and it doesn't even look like Kate Beckinsale. She just looks like some lady. I don't know. But it's about this woman who comes from like the city, and she's coming to see her wealthy cousin who lives out in the country, and she's kind of coming to the country and looking at it out of a snotty girl lens, like, I'm better than these people. And, you know, in the whole movie. She learns lessons, they learn lessons, that they're, like each other or whatever. It's a really good movie. I like it because it's a funny British comedy that has a wholesome idea, and it's cute. So I really liked it growing up, and I still like it, and my mom likes it too. So it gets the mom, the grandma view and the mom view. Nice. I don't know if Layla likes it or not. I'll check. She'll hate it. She'll hate it just to spite me.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of cute. I like to look at things and look at the lessons and then be like, "Aw, look at that." And that's what I did there.
Oh, that's funny.
It's a good movie. Totally recommend.
I'll check it out.
No, you won't. It's from '95, and it has no critical acclaims.
You think I watch movies because they have critical acclaim? You are sadly mistaken.
You
can't be a horror fan and watch movies because they're critically acclaimed.
Nope. She's like, I don't give a
You can't. I'll watch some 1-star movie and I'll be like, this is amazing.
It's true.
I like this 1 star.
They are seriously harsh on horror movies with that. And I've noticed that over the years, that I've even complained about this on podcasts before. And I'm like, the critics that go in to see these movies aren't really fans of the genres. And I feel like you should be a fan of at least the genre when you go to see the movie. Like, if you prefer romance movies, you should stick to, doing romance movies. If you prefer action, stick to only action. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of times people are going to watch these movies and they don't even like the genre. And it's like, well, I can appreciate that you don't like horror, but then keep your mouth shut.
Why are you here?
It is. I feel like horror gets that so terribly. Like, I feel like there's no genre of movie that is more mistreated by people who have no appreciation. I can tell you what a bad horror movie is, and it's not because I don't like it, because there are horror movies I don't like, and I'm like, that's still a great horror movie. There are horror movies that I'm literally like, that is objectively bad as a horror movie for a lot of reasons outside of me just not liking it. And I just know, but people will watch horror movies and they might like just the most mainstream or just the cerebral kind or something, but they don't just generally love horror movies, and you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you absolutely 100%, because there's a lot of the movies that I've noticed in the last let's go a little far. Let's say 15 years. In the last 15 years, any horror movie that gets a ton of acclaim is usually the most basic, simplistic plot with the most basic, simplistic, stereotypical characters. And the movie, let's be honest, is shit. But because they have a large backing behind them and they've got a few big name stars, it's amazing. Is it though? Is it really? Mm-hmm. Or are you just, terrible at liking horror movies? Just saying. Jennifer's Body could have won awards for it, but
that movie was so good. That movie was so good.
Everybody hates that movie, but it's a good movie. It really is.
So good.
It's got a lot into it that most people don't bother looking at or watching because, it's just some dumb movie about a succubus. There's a lot more to it than that, though, buddy. But thanks for showing us you don't really care.
Yeah.
So, but all right. So I guess that
I did my theory.
Yeah, you did your thing. Now you're up next, Coach. You're
okay, so because I'm trying not to pick them all from the same place. Because it's and I'm trying not to pick things that are really ginormously known. The next one I'm gonna go with is actually April in the Extraordinary World.
Okay.
My top 5 favorite, countries for film. One of them is definitely France. And April in the Extraordinary World is an animated film. It takes place in an alternate kind of history, kind of steampunk world. and like she's trying to solve like the mystery of like all these scientists just disappearing.
Oh,
it's a really great film. It also has a pretty solid English dub. But yeah, April in the Extraordinary World would be definitely one of the more less known French films of the French films that I watch.
Aha! Oui, oui.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's one I can't honestly say I've ever seen or heard of, so I don't have any opinion on that one. I have to look that one up too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll keep drinking along and go for my final pick. All right, are you guys ready? Because I'm about to take you way back to when most of us, but Saber Paul, were not alive. Because Paul, you've been around since the dinosaurs have been here. I'm aware. See you, oh man. I see you. I'm just kidding. I haven't picked on you in a while. Give me a break. We're going back to 1922. Yes, folks, that's right. We're going back to the early 1900s. And when you say 1900s, children, this is what I mean by the early 1900s, not 80 anything or 1990 anything. No, we're talking 1922. Super old. Okay. It's a silent film because back then they had films without sound. Black and white, of course. And it's an oldie but classic because it got the horror movie genre started and is debatably the first horror movie ever filmed. Again, that's debatable. There are stories that it is, and then there's stories that it's not. That there was another film before that was destroyed, but will the world know? No, because all those people are dead, so they can't set the record straight anymore. But I digress. Nosferatu, because he's the reason we have the Dracula in today's society that we have.
Nice.
They made Nosferatu because they weren't allowed to get. They tried to get the rights to Bram Stoker's Dracula, and they could not get them. So the Germans went, you know what? We don't need your book. We've got our own stuff. And they just went balls to the wall, insanity. And here we are over 100 years later. And that movie's still awesome.
An excellent pick. I remember the first time I saw it.
Cool.
It gave me nightmares. I had to sleep with the lights on.
I love it.
I'm not watching
it because here's the thing. I didn't even know it was like it wasn't even supposed to it was like I just found it was in my grandmother's movies collection, and I just watched it and I was like, well, there goes the rest of the night. And I was like, I watched a scary movie and I've watched plenty of scary movies, but that one
came with that grandma scare to it. Grandma's movie scare.
And I think it was being a silent film that actually made it way more terrifying.
That does make it even more unsettling. I'm definitely not watching this. I'm scared. I'm scared of the idea of this movie now.
It was like the shadows and stuff too. As you were watching it, you'd just be like looking at and that's why watching it and trying to go to sleep with the lights off, you'd just be looking at the wall
Man, I watched it for
it's not that bad. It's a beautiful movie. It really is. It's absolutely gorgeous, especially for the time frame. Like I said, it's over 100 years old. You've got to remember everything you see in that movie, they had to do realistically in some way, shape, or form. So you can appreciate what few special effects they have. And I think that's why it throws so many people off, because they're not expecting the makeup that Nosferatu has to look as good as it does and to still hold up as well as it does all these years later. Yeah, you can still get scared with that movie. It's a great movie to start people who aren't necessarily sure about horror movies.
What? What is all this stuff about? What are they talking about?
It used to come on PBS too.
Oh, we are getting a modern remake? I've heard that before. You know what? I guess since we're going on with it, I might as well go ahead and say it. There's a movie, and I cannot off the top of my head. Paul probably knows the name of the movie. But the guy, sorry, the guy plays as if he is they're making the Nosferatu movie, but he's actually supposed to be a
shadow of
a vampire. No, he's actually a vampire who's playing a vampire on screen, but they don't know he's a vampire.
It's like the shadow of something, or
something like the shadow of Nosferatu or the shadow. I can't honestly. It's like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like a horror comedy. Yeah, it's very meta and it's very comedic. It's not like a dark horror movie. No. Like it's just like a series of unfortunate events. Someone accidentally cut on screen and the guy's like try not to let people know he's a vampire, but it doesn't go well.
Wow.
It's pretty funny, but it's an interesting movie for sure. Oh, see there. Okay. It's Shadow of the Vampire.
Okay. We got it partially right. We like it's shadows.
Yeah. But
all I can think of is Shadowheart. Sorry, Cozy. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna go play Baldur's Gate some more. That's all I've been doing. That's all I've done since this came out on Xbox.
Hey, Web Dave.
Web Dave.
Nice. Okay, I saw something. Where did it? Dreadful. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty funny joke. I'm not even gonna lie. He said Saber Paul is the only one alive who has smelled a dinosaur fart first.
And then they were talking about fruits.
Yep. No.
I was like, why is our chat talking about fruit?
Because I think Dreadpool said he loves prunes, and it came up later on our feed. But
does Nosferatu like prunes?
Prunes are good.
No, he's making fun of Paul.
Oh, okay. I was like,
old person thing. They have to.
I literally was like, does Nosferatu like prunes too? Is that where old people get it?
Yeah, prunes are good though.
I know they are really good, but I thought that Nosferatu liked prunes.
And gosh.
See, life imitating art, art imitating life. Which one came first? Nosferatu liking the prunes or what? I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry, guys. I got confused. The chat confused me. That's why I don't leave my home. There we go. We did all of our picks.
Yeah. Well, Back from the Dead says, I can't remember what it's called, but there's an old style filmed new horror movie on Disney Plus that was good. They did it all in black and white.
Oh.
I've watched like 2 movies recently that they filmed in black and white. And I for the life of me now, I can't even remember what they were or what they were even about. I couldn't tell you if they were zombie films or not. I have no idea. But that's too funny.
Cerebral Paul Nosferatu.
He answered your question.
I'm putting it in the chat right now. Cerebral Paul is Nosferatu.
I believe it.
And I can't spell Nosferatu, so enjoy that spelling. And enjoy that butchered spelling. I'm sorry.
Put it in there.
That made me so happy.
Da da da. Oh snap! I am. Oh, I can't see it on there.
Did I spell it right? Oh no, I spelled it definitely wrong.
You came really close though.
I got so close.
Yeah, you came. Damn.
I'm lucky I didn't put Nosferatu. Thank God.
You know you spelled it right.
No, I did.
Yeah, you did. It's Nosferatu. Yeah, you spelled it right. Oh, I thought you spelled it one letter off, but no, you.
What the hell?
You can spell.
See, spell check.
Thanks, guys.
Spell better.
Thanks, guys. Look at me go. I feel like I won something.
I don't know. An opportunity to live another day.
Yeah, I won that. My sweet heater.
Because the spell check monster isn't going to attack you.
That's funny. Nosferatu. God bless him. Or don't. Because that would kill him, I guess.
So that always reminds me that, like, Sesame Street, there's, like, the character, is, like, Cyrano's.
Yeah!
In Sesame Street, and then whenever you said something with the word nose in it, he would just, like, have a meltdown. Yeah. And it was just, like, the dumbest thing ever, but I loved it.
It's the best. Yeah. What? Oh, no. There we go. Yeah.
I've been trying. This time I actually put effort into it. It was like, before I turn the camera on, let's make sure I'm not like, because it freezes for a second.
Oh,
I turn it back on.
Make sure it doesn't freeze.
Just have it be like that. Have us be in goblin mode on our last, whenever we like stop streaming, let's be like really unphotogenic, and so then it'll be.
I will get in so much trouble. We'll be canceled for making fun of hideous people or some ugly nonsense.
No, I'll do it. I'm just gonna be a
goblin.
You
make fun of ugly people? That's so
like,
mean.
I am one of you. Leave me alone.
Shut up.
Like, leave me alone. I am.
That's a pretty funny comeback, though. I'm one of you. Leave me alone.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I would say. Leave me alone.
Wait.
You see me when I was 13?
Paul says, I have way more hair than Nosferatu. He was my younger brother. Sounds about right.
Beautiful.
Sounds about
right. Oh, man. Well, I'm proud of this episode. We did we're very cultured. We said things from around the world.
I could even still probably think of a few more international movies I like. And yes, Paul, Train to Busan gets an honorable mention because that movie brought life, back into the zombie genre.
Did you guys ever hear of The Gods Must Be Crazy?
Yes! I watched that movie a lot, obsessively as a child.
That movie is the best. And there's like two. There's like, I think there's three maybe, but I know there's the second one. They're good.
I watched that movie really obsessively. Obsessively. I specifically wanted to pick like non-English language ones. Because I have English language ones that I like too, but I was like, I'm gonna go for.
I know English.
Yeah,
I want to learn.
Well, see, I've done that to a few movies where I've done the English subtitles with it, with the original language that it's in, and then I'll watch it again later when they do a dubbed version with English. And in my opinion, the English version, the English dubbed version, usually cuts out a few things that are in the original just because they don't translate well.
Yeah.
In like certain stereotype, no, that's not the right word.
Phrases.
Superstitions. Certain superstitions do not translate well to other cultures.
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't want to just pick like all like the big stuff because I was like, oh yeah, like Pan's Labyrinth. That's my most bought movie. I literally bought first the regular DVD, then the regular Blu-ray, then the Criterion Collection DVD, then the Criterion Collection Blu-ray.
Do you know how many how many nightmares I've had because I accidentally walked in on my mom watching that movie?
Please don't tell me. Please tell me it wasn't the dude eating the fairies.
I don't know what it was. I've blocked it out of my memory, and I will not watch Pan's Labyrinth. I just know that I'm like, there's that movie. I won't watch it again. I walked in at no, there was some sort of mask, or maybe some cats, two-headed cats. I don't know.
I think you walked in on the other dude at the table.
I hate it.
The starving dude.
Well, I hate it.
So
I'm deeply afraid of your movie.
We not only watched the movie with Tiny Giant, we watched the show they did. No, wait, wrong one. I'm thinking of she wasn't interested in Pan's Labyrinth, actually. That's when she wasn't interested in. It's the Dreadpool, what's the thing with the height challenged wizard in it? I can't think of what it's called now.
I don't know.
Anyway, but my point was, let her watch. And I was like, I'm sitting there watching it with her, and we've got Dreadpool on the couch with us, and I looked over at him and I was like, so gets to a part where there's some creepy stuff going on. I looked at him and I was like, so was this really the best parenting choice to let her watch this just yet? And he just kind of looked at her and he's like, she's smiling, so I think it's fine. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if they, you're like, okay.
You let them watch it the first time, and then if they can't handle it, you don't let them watch it.
That doesn't always work, because this child has been begging me to watch Halloween Kills for the last 2 years, and I'm like, absolutely not. You're not old enough yet. The effects are too realistic for you to just watch it just yet. While she knows it's fake and she'd be fine, it's just the makeup is too realistic. It's way too good. So I'm like,
already watched RoboCop at 4.
I'd watch Alien at 5, but we're different. We are very different. My child is much more sensitive to those around her than I ever was. She has, let's be honest, she has a lot more fucks to give than I do. She just does.
She's a sweet little angel.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the thing. She hasn't been corrupted and ruined by the world just yet. So certain things are a bit too scary for her. And I absolutely will, Trinity. I always do. She loves hearing from you. Is she the one with the blue hair? You're gonna have to send her a picture of your newest hair color so she can see it. Because I'm sure whatever color you have, she's gonna love it. She was asked, does she still have blue hair?
No.
Probably not. It's hard to keep.
Yeah.
But I digress. Yes, Paul, that's why she's not allowed to watch it just yet, because it is the bloodiest of the series. Yes. Absolutely.
That was the best part.
For a few years, I actually had a rule that if it was a black and white movie, because they weren't remaking them like they are now. It's become a new thing again the last few years to make black and white movies, when they made fun of zombies for it. But anyway, I had a rule that she could watch black and white movies, because for the most part, black and whites, there weren't any sex scenes in them. The gore is kind of not too horrifying and not too realistic, and it can be looked at as, oh, it's black, honey, not red, so it's not blood. They're just, oozing awesomeness on the floor. They can't move right now because they're oozing awesomeness on the floor. And it worked. Now that she's older and she's got it a little more together, we've had to make decisions on horror movies, and I can no longer just go, well, if it's black and white, you can watch it, honey.
Yeah.
They ruined that. Also, I didn't know there was a movie called The Black Widow that is in black and white. Definitely not something to let kids watch just yet.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, she's human-ish Black Widow spider.
Is it a sexy spider?
Pretty much.
My husband thinks that spiders are sexy, and he's gonna leave me for a spider.
Did he watch Charlotte's Web as a child?
Yes, it warped him.
Yeah.
That French baguette spider, that baguette eating spider is gonna steal my husband from James and the Giant Peach. She comes up into my doorstep. I'm a single mother again.
Well, go take a page out of that movie's book. I think she got, I don't remember if she was a spider from birth or she got turned into one, but she's a spider. She looks human. She just has Black Widow attributes.
They ate the peach because it was magical.
Mm-hmm.
So no magical spiders around here.
Yes, Paul. Yep, Hershey's syrup was in business that year when Psycho was made.
Ugh.
But do you know why they used Hershey's syrup instead of fake blood for the bathroom scene?
Because you could eat it.
I wish it were that simple, but no. Because they had Psycho's an old Hitchcock movie, and there's if you look up the famous shower scene, it'll. I'm sure you know
I've seen it. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, and the reason they used Hershey's syrup instead of fake blood is because when they tried with fake blood with the water running, it washed it out too quickly, and you couldn't actually see it going down the drain. It just kind of depleted too quickly, and they found out that chocolate syrup doesn't do that and diminish itself in a liquid like that. You have to actually put effort into mixing it.
Yeah.
So that's when they realized and they went, we're going to do this. It's in black and white anyway.
That's so smart. See, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And believe it or not, I still use some chocolate in my fake blood to this day. One, it helps with the color. It definitely helps with taste. Otherwise, you're just eating straight up sugar and food coloring. Not very good, believe it or not. It's not as tasty as you'd think. Doesn't taste like rock salt or rock candy. Not rock salt. Oh, that'd be terrible.
Oh.
But it also helps with the texture. It gives it a little more texture.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got to thank Hitchcock for that. He might have been a horrible human being, but hey, thanks for a special effect we still use today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, I think we've had a wonderful show, and I appreciate you guys all so much for coming out tonight and showing up.
Yay! Thank you, everyone.
Yep,
all of our friends.
I think we did a pretty good show, and I'm not really sure what topic will be next week, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter. Don't be gross.
Yeah. Yay.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for the evening. So, with that being said, we will be back next Sunday at 9:00. And I'll be on Iconic Video Games on Friday if anyone misses me too much.
Woo woo.
Yay.
And of course, per usual, you can find us all on Twitter for the most part. We all have accounts there as well. Don't forget to like and share the video. At least give it a like. It helps with the algorithms. With people that don't know us, see us on their pages.
Yep.
All right. So, with all that nonsense out of the way, I'm Death Dealer.
I'm a hot mama.
And I'm Cozy Beluga.
And everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you guys. Or, I'm sorry. Have a great week. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm sorry. You'll have to go back to work. It's terrible. But have a great week. And we'll see you guys next Sunday. So, good night.
We're cheering for you.
Later, taters.
I'll be drinking for you. Don't worry.
Bye.